Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. What's up, guys? Happy February. Happy to have you here at the Intuitive Teacup. Some very short announcements. It's Aquarius season, so I'm trying to be innovative and shake it up and do things differently. So we're going to do a different spread for your February monthlies. It will include love and money, as well as some other things too, using Black Moon astrology cards. This is such a cool deck. Really excited to share it with you. I did promise you earlier I was going to start using love oracles in your readings. So what we're going to do, rather than doing it in February monthlies, this is going to be a separate reading for Valentine's Day, very focused on love and romance and relationships. So look forward to that probably the next time around. Last but not least, I did my first deck review, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So far, the reception has been pretty positive, so I'm looking to make that a monthly thing. Every month, I'll review a new deck so you can get a look at the cards and preview it, see if it's something you're interested in. And if not, that's okay. There will always be a collective reading at the end of those deck reviews with timestamps. So if you want to hop right to the end of that video, you can see if there's anything for you in that collective reading. The last one I did was called the Triple Goddess Tarot Deck Review, so welcoming you and encouraging you to check that out. Other than that, let's hop into your February monthly tarot reading. What's up, lovely Cancer people? Welcome to my channel. All right, let's hop into your February monthly. I'm going to be reading these by elements, so by water, air, earth, and fire. Let's see the areas of focus for you in February. So let's talk about your emotional landscape, what you need to invest more emotional energy in. This could be your love life, your creativity, your spirituality. What do the cards have to say for Cancer in roughly February? Cancer, the cards don't have much to say. What's the deal with that? I'm just kidding. Cancer for February. There we go. Love when they pop out. King of Wands. So very likely your creativity, or in a romantic sense, this could have something to do with a fire sign in your life, especially a male fire sign. Now for you, Cancer, I don't know if that's releasing it emotionally or embracing your love. In fact, it could be both. I would challenge you to think of, especially if this does have to do with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, male or female, very likely male, whether you are male or female. This may actually have to do with multiple fire signs in your life, possibly ones that you're needing to emotionally detach from, and then ones that maybe you're asking or being nudged to emotionally put more effort into that relationship. It could also be with your boss or into some sort of creative or spiritual partnership or endeavor. I am getting the sense, though, that this is someone else. Not to say that you couldn't be a King of Wands in some sort of metaphor or energy. For most of you, this has to do with another person, though. You're being asked, like, what are you sensing about this person? And is there truth? Is there authenticity to back it up? That is going to help drive or guide you emotionally. What about this King of Wands? Too many messages. This may actually have to do with a marriage. So you have the Empress and the Emperor, which are a divine pairing because of sort of who they are in the major arcana. It can be same-sex partnership too. Ultimately, though, those two are paired together because they have similar interests, right? Could also have to do with a relationship between your mother or father. I don't know if you're playing monkey in the middle. Because justice is in the middle of it, that can sometimes have to do with contracts. So this could be a partnership in terms of work, or it could have to do with a romantic contract, right? A contract in love. Again, you're being asked to delve into it more specifically in your emotions. This feels like something that you are considering walking away from, or you have already walked away from, but you keep returning back to it mentally. Yeah, a lot of you, it feels like you're on the brink or on the cusp of breaking up with this person or moving away from them because you are unhappy, or possibly because you have trust issues there. It could be that possibly something with infidelity sort of found its way into this scenario. It doesn't have to be that. Others of you, and these are two very opposing messages, I do acknowledge that. Others of you, it seems like this is something that's coming in, but you're very apprehensive to go all in. And again, I'm being called to say something about trust issues, and it's not that that's not valid. I mean, this card says, what are you sensing? You may be pulling in energy from a past relationship and possibly projecting it onto this new start. So don't do that, quite simply. Allow your emotions and your intuition to guide you, but as I always say, don't let your intuition become the basis of like fear. Don't operate out of fear. Ask yourself why you're feeling the feels or why you're being called to do this. And is it coming from a place of lack, or is it coming from a place of addiction or codependency of I don't want to get hurt again? Or is it coming from like a higher vibration that's truly your intuition, the way, source, spirit, God is sending you those important messages? For a lot of you, it seems like after a period of stagnancy in a relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic, it could be with your family, especially your mother and father, it seems like there's a fresh new start, but you may be carrying around some sort of grudge or again, something about sort of self-sabotagey, like as much as you're willing to entertain the idea of starting something new, there's always that little part of you that has your guard up, or it could be that you've decided to release an ex and engage in new partnership. But again, this might be saying to me, as much as you're like, no, I'm going to focus on the new, you always still kind of think about the person from the past. So it's not saying you can't do that, but ultimately, I mean, that isn't news to you, Cancer. You're going to sabotage your current relationship if you're starting fresh, but you're still holding on to a lot of thoughts and energy from the past, especially regarding the following zodiac signs, because I have a lot of people here. So King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, again, that could be the new or the old. I don't really know. Then you also have this divine pairing, so there could have been an ending of a marriage. Some of you may be thinking about moving away from a marriage, or you may have had a partner who started to get wandering eyes, and now you're kind of like, how committed are we, right? Aries, Taurus, Libra, you have two very strong cards of Libra. And again, if this isn't romantic, it may have to do with something in your family. Again, mother-father type energy with those cards coming up here. See, I feel like if you are already in a committed relationship, some of you may end up, well, I could read this multiple ways, Cancer. Some of you may end up leaving this relationship to start something brand new and fresh with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Others of you, if you are in a committed relationship and it seems like it is the natural order of things to make it exclusive or to put a ring on it, if there's a mutual interest in that, I see that happening. I do see a marriage contract here if you're not already in one, right? My only thing that I think you're being asked to consider, again, emotionally, is why is there fear here? Why is there fear of commitment? And maybe it's not coming from you. Maybe your fire sign is getting cold feet whenever you mention marriage, right? It could be something like that. That's sort of the crux of what you're being asked to consider emotionally in the month of February. Ultimately, it seems like you're going to end up in a good place that is stable. We like the fours. Others of you, you're already in a 4. You're in a comfort zone, and it's saying, well, we got to get up and shake things up because otherwise it's going to get stagnant. It's going to get boring, okay? So those are the people showing up in your water spread here. So let's talk about what you need to communicate more of in terms of your air energy, your thoughts, your intelligence, your... Again, vocalizations, your communications, your thought process. What do you either need to advocate more for, or what's the deal? What's coming up in Cancer's air energy for February? The Lovers, you need to communicate to the person you love. You may also need to communicate about an important conversation regarding a relationship in your life. Some of you may actually be coming out in terms of your sexuality. I do sort of see that, especially for my same-sex partners here who are masculine. This is a really cool deck. Yeah, if it's, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with sexuality. For some of you, it definitely does. There might be an important announcement about your relationship status. And it doesn't need to be this crazy beast, of a thing. It doesn't have to be a complex issue. It's just saying some of you are going to open up about your relationship, or you're going to, again, express something. I am sort of getting more publicly about who you love, or even what you love, I suppose, right? But For you, Cancer, I think this is a false perception, but you see it as taking a big risk or really exposing yourself, right? You're the crab, your soft underbelly. You seem to put yourself out there. And so if it's not, professing it to the family or announcing an engagement, you may be messaging someone, and maybe it's a little bit out of your comfort zone to be the chaser, right? You may be putting your, pun intended, cards on the table to tell someone that you're interested in them. Especially for my same-sex partnerships who are male, that's coming through very strong. Especially with your Capricorn or your Sagittarius, possibly a Virgo or a Libra. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to say it this way too. You may be professing feelings to someone who you view as your counterpart or your twin flame. There's a lot of twinning energy here too. Did I mention Gemini, by the way? This is a card of Gemini. I can't neglect to not say that. Others of you, if it doesn't have to do with advocating and using your voice, vocalizing something to your counterpart or your twin flame, or I'm even going to say your sibling, especially if you are quite literally a twin, Cancer, that's coming through very strongly here. Others of you, you're doing a lot of research. You're gathering knowledge and information, possibly online, right? Aquarius season, you are upping your intellectual knowledge base of the whole twin flame relationship thing. If it doesn't have to do with twin flame, you may be going on dating apps. Something, there's very much an element here that has to do with technology and research. So if you've never been on dating apps, you may try doing that. Or you may be researching something about relationships. I know that seems very vague, but that's actually what I'm getting here. And again, communicating majorly with a Libra or a Gemini. And I do think with this moon here, it does have to do with feelings that have been hidden away. I know some of you are like, this girl's crazy. I would never do that. Some of you are actually going to there's like a really beautiful streak of confidence in you where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to tell this person how I feel. And I got to say, for you, Cancer, specifically, I dig that. I think that's really cool. It's not to say the message couldn't go in reverse. This could be your person coming to you. More than likely, though, Cancer, this is your tarot reading. I think you're stepping up to profess love, or I'm even going to say make amends, right? This could be someone in your family. You're communicating something about love that you were at one point keeping guarded or keeping hidden or not allowing yourself to express and communicate. It's like you were holding on to it like a little secret. You like that, Gemini, don't you, Cancer? All right, that's cool. That's pretty straightforward and simple, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let's talk about your money. Money. I have to remember to timestamp these too. Let's do this deck. Okay, so Cancer, what's going to help you with your money, with your stability, anything to do with jobs or anything like that? Cancer needs to focus their money where, or their career savvy mindset, however we want to say it, regarding their stability and their livelihood. So, Eight of Cups. It's funny, I just did a whole tarot reading on the Eight of Cups in my Triple Goddess review. You should check that out if you're interested, because I feel like there actually might be something in there for you, Cancer. This is a very okay card. It's not something to fear or be disappointed about, but it's saying you've reached the point where you have to make a move. You have to do something different because money is stagnant. It's going to stay the same. Sometimes Eight of Cups can be an energy of walking away, right? Removing it from your life because it's no longer emotionally satisfying. But that's not always the case. Sometimes it's like you just have to mix up the ingredients and you have to add more to it. You have to shake it up. Aquarius season, which is all about being unique and different and eccentric. It's saying everything that you've put your money and your energy into career-wise, job-wise, it has served you. It's provided you some sense of stability, even if it's just emotional stability. Hopefully it's monetary too, right? But universe is saying to you, but what else? Like, I see potential in you, kid. This isn't where the story ends, but you need to take some action to add more, like almost like add more drips to the bucket or drops to the bucket. That's how I see it. So tell me a little bit more. A lot of you have been neglecting a huge source of passion and inspiration. And I know sometimes this message can seem so like rudimentary or whatever the word is, but it's like, are you having fun? Like, do you see how this person in the red cloak is off in the distance, off in the background, but they're the ones who are having fun, right? Red representing our passions, our love, our desire, our energy, our motivation. This is like, I feel like it could be a message too. Some of you are running out of motivation for keeping your bank account healthy. So what else can I tell Cancer about this? A lot of you are in assessment of, I like this, but do I really like this? Do I see myself doing this long term? So again, you can disconnect from it entirely. You can put your apps out there and look for new jobs, or you can understand, okay, this is okay, but like it could be so much better. You need to invest more in thinking about how it could be better. And for a lot of you, it has to do with collaboration and partnership. In fact, some of you may get word about a job offer, especially with a Libra or a Gemini. So what about this is not serving Cancer anymore? And again, this is technically regarding your money or your business, that type of stuff. You're playing it too safe. Do you see how in the Six of Swords, it's not this going out of turbulent emotions, turbulent rocky waves of the ocean into smooth sailing? That's typically what the Six of Swords is. This is saying you're in the clear. You've reached the land, but again, you can't just stay there. I understand why you want to, because it's familiar, because arguably it's comfortable, it's predictable, you know how it works, you know how much money you're going to make and how much you're going to get and how much time you have to put in. It's saying, okay, it's familiar, but it's not serving you anymore. Again, you don't have to up and leave this job or this project or this position, but you're being asked to shake it up entirely. Do something you've never done before, Cancer. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to get your money to flow again. Advice or guidance of what they should go to in terms of their money. Status and recognition is what rests ahead of you. Again, I think you're being asked to, I actually wanting to say, put yourself in the limelight more. Put yourself in the spotlight. Don't let the fear of criticism and judgment hold you back. You're meant to proceed forward, and you may even be fighting for some important cause, or almost like a humanitarian type vibe is sort of what I'm getting. But something about it, you're afraid you won't meet the standards, or you're afraid you won't measure up to the competition. You will. You absolutely will. And if you're, I don't know, if you're applying for a position within a company you're already at, or trying to, I don't know how to say it, like impress the boss, I actually see that happening for you. You may even get some sort of recognition at work. Six of Wands is very good. But you do need to add a little bit more zest and creativity and like flair. You need to add a little bit more flair and like fun to whatever it is that you're doing. And again, I know for some of you that sounds trivial, like I like just show me the money. The money rests in your creativity this month anyways. Doing something a little bit different or a little bit off or a little bit eccentric, it may actually benefit you because it's going to attract more attention because you're doing it differently. So I hope that makes sense to you, but I see that being the reason why you're not doing it is because, well, no one does it this way. What if it doesn't land? What if they don't like it? What if people don't buy it? Well, you don't know until you try, Cancer. This is about like being courageous, being very brave, venturing off into the unknown. But the thing is, your intuition is already guiding you that way. So this isn't revelatory. This is just more encouragement and nudges to you to try that thing you've been thinking about, even if it is new or different. And it might not even be new and different, to everyone. It's just to you, it feels like you may be a fish out of water. That's going to win you the prize at the end of the day. That could increase. Here's the thing. I don't have any pentacles, so I'm going to be flat out honest with you. February doesn't look like it's going to be insanely lucrative. The recognition and attention you get is going to be helpful to you, which could improve your streams of income. Maybe you need to post more on social media. I could see that too, like Leo energy, like I'm the star, I'm the entertainer. I know that's not always a comfortable energy for everyone, but that's really what you're being encouraged to do here. So that's going to impact your money in a very positive way, Cancer. So last but not least, let's look at your fire, your drive, your creativity, your passion, your action. What action does Cancer need to focus on this month? Tell me a little bit more. Desires. What does Cancer need to move towards? What do they need to take action on? I heard singing. Do some of you want to sing or do something with music? Yeah, there's actually a lot of kind of like entertainment type vibes here. A lot. So for anybody pursuing something that's more artistic or on stage or in film or cinema or something like that, even something kind of on the outskirts of that, even if it's just like social media, putting yourself out there, there is kind of an element of, I don't have the star, so I don't want to jump to celebrity, but more or less putting yourself out there to be seen, being vulnerable, Cancer. That's going to serve you in the month of February. Some of you seem very contemplative about a marriage. So I don't know if it's getting into one or leaving one. And if it doesn't have to do with a marriage romantically, it could be like a business contract. I'm looking at this card and it's like you're trying on the ring, but you're like, but I don't know if it goes. Like, it's almost like I don't know where this fits in my life. Like, I like this person, but I don't know if they're my long-term person. I see you very contemplative about that. And so because it's coming up in fire, which can represent our sexuality or our passion, maybe it's like the romance is good, the sex is good, but it's like, is my heart really in it? Maybe that's what you're professing to someone, right? Maybe that's what you're communicating. And these can be totally different messages, but it could also be where you fit in terms of a job. You maybe end up going towards something that you feel more driven to go after it. But again, with that, there's something about having to relay a difficult message to someone of like, you're not the one, I'm sorry. Like, that's sort of what I get from this. Or again, it could go the opposite. It could be that you're really pondering and spending time thinking about, is this my long-term person? And again, especially with the fire sign, right? That did come up in your emotional scape too, so it could be romantic. For some of you, it could even have to do with inheriting the family business. And some of you are just having self-doubts about the energy you've already put into a project, whether that's your work or a house project or a relationship. It seems like you are wanting rapid success, and unfortunately, again, month of February, roughly, the success won't be rapid. It's not to say it won't continue to grow, but it's earth energy. It's going to be very slow building. So better than a quick burn, right? Where you run out of energy very fast because you put all your efforts into something. Know that it will grow over time. Slow and steady wins the race, Cancer. Cheesy but true. I'm seeing turtles. Does that mean something to you guys? Turtles? I don't know what that is, but some of you will know. Your commitment, absolutely. So again, this idea of I started something and like, I just keep seeing someone looking at a piece of jewelry and it's almost like before you buy it, you're like trying it on and like, well, does it go with this? And like, even for my dudes out there, right? In metaphor, that's what this is. It's like you're trying something on and you're like, I literally see some of you looking at a mirror like, well, does it make my butt look big? And so I'm offering this to you. In metaphor, though, that's what's going on. It's like, how committed am I to this person? How committed am I to this job, to this outfit, right? It can be tiny, mundane things in your life. This is a monthly spread. Universe is saying, if you want this, you have to commit to it. Taurus, right? Steady progress. Taurus is a fixed zodiac sign. They are maintainers, right? Whereas Cancers are cardinal signs. You guys are the starters. Mutable signs are the dispersers. They take something and break it apart so they can start fresh. Then the cardinal signs step in to start it up again, or do you know what I mean? That initial spark. Taurus energy, the Hierophant, is the maintainer. Again, slow and steady. Are we committed to this marriage? Are we committed to this job? Are we going to sign this 5-year contract? It's not going to be overnight success, but I think along the way you will enjoy small recognition and achievements. But I will offer you this. It may be building to something very, very big. You're at 8 of Cups, right? That's not terribly far from 10 of Cups, which is like, hooray, fairy tale ending, Cinderella story, right? So I don't think you're going to see, this kind of cliche 10 of Cups energy in the month of February, but I would absolutely say you're working your way towards it. For most of you, I think this is about reinvigorating your drive or desire to work on something that you've already started, but it seems like your zest and motivation has fizzled a little bit. This is about like kicking it into high gear now, refocusing, re-energizing, and moving forward in any sort of relationship or project where you do see potential. I'm hearing the word faith. Like you have faith that it could be something great, but you don't necessarily see a lot of evidence of it yet. It doesn't mean it won't arrive. Sooner than you think, though. Well, yes and no, though, because some of you do want the overnight success. Anyway. All right, Cancer. I'm just debating what else I can tell you about this. Fire element. For some of you, it has to do with marriage. This person trying on the ring. A lot of you, this is so not Cancerian energy to me, but it's cool because a lot of you, that means you have, different zodiac signs and birth charts coming into this. So that's cool. Some of you are really contemplative about your long-term partner. You're really contemplative about, is it time to move in together? Am I 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Do I need to travel for a job, but I would have to leave my relationship behind? That seems to be a main theme in this as well. Who and what are you committed to? If you see potential in it, keep moving forward. Otherwise, reassess and go in another direction. That's what I would say for you, Cancer. All right, I will see you next time for Little Sips Mini Love Tarot special Valentine's Day edition. I don't even know what that means yet, but I'm going to figure it out. Thanks for joining me, Cancer. Remember to like and share and subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.